everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ambrio and this is Living Black and Free. I just wanted to hop on here really quickly. I wanted to share something. I was on a panel discussion with a virtual teach-in, and the discussion was around trust the process. And so I'm going to put in some clips from my day, the phrase trust the process, and really specifically focusing in on the word trust. And what I shared with some of the attendees and the other panelists is that when we talk about trust the process and you've got this and believe in yourself and all of those things, that sounds great. But I wanted to give people a chance to really step back and focus on the word trust, right? Trust is a very intimate concept. When we talk about trust in all other forms as far as relationships, whether platonic or romantic or, trust within your family, it's very intimate. But essentially, you don't go around just throwing your trust out to everybody. And when it comes to homeschooling or educating your children overall, you kind of want a sense of trust, right? You don't want to necessarily put your child, one of your most precious things, in the hands of something and you don't even know, you don't trust them. You don't know anything about it. And so sometimes, I don't want this to come off bad, but it's kind of a blind trust when you put your kids in certain schools or programs or things like that. And it could apply to homeschoolers too, right? Sometimes I'm not saying that, like me as a teacher, I don't teach the whole time. I don't sit in front of my kids and teach them all of their lessons. I put them in programming and things like that. And so essentially I am trusting that this program is going to be a good fit for my children. It's going to be a good experience for them. Now, in most cases, I've had the opportunity to get to know this person. I have vetted out this program. It's a connection from someone that I actually trust that has referred me to this thing, And so again, it can apply across the board. I don't want to make it seem like it's not something exclusive to homeschool, but in this instance, we're talking about trust the process. We want to make sure that we are practicing what we preach, right? So when we're homeschooling our children, a lot of us are focusing on them being a better person and how to really build on their skills and gifts and talents and all these things. And so we preach that, but yet sometimes we find ourselves doubting ourselves and our abilities in order to carry out this homeschool journey. A lot of us end up, isolating ourselves or being alone, or sometimes putting our children back in public school, which can be, as a result of a lot of things, right? It's not because we didn't trust ourselves. It could be financial situations changed, family dynamic change, anything like that. So again, I don't want this to be harmful to anyone, but when we're in the broad picture of trust, we need to be able to trust ourselves so that we can then carry over that trust into the homeschool experience. And one of the things that I talked about is that sometimes your ROI, your return on the investment in homeschooling, isn't always immediate. It's going to take time, much like when our children are in school, right? Or much like when you go to college. The ROI isn't always immediate. It's going to take time. You have to trust the process. And so home education and homeschooling your children is no different. You have to go into this with a really firm understanding of why is it that I want to do this? What has motivated me to move towards this avenue that isn't something that may be normalized where I am or within my family? I'm doing something completely different. And so you constantly have to refer back to, why am I doing this? What is the purpose? What is the goal? What do I kind of foresee as the ultimate achievement or accomplishment, or what are we working towards? And you have to trust that the reasons that you started on this journey are going to hold you and keep you through, right? Those are going to be the things, the values, the information that helps you to understand, this is why I'm doing this, for this purpose. And so trust as an intimate concept, I think, will help you to sit with that. If you are questioning this homeschool journey, is it because you don't trust yourself? And if you don't trust yourself, let's unpack why. Is it because maybe you didn't finish college or go to college or finish high school? Is it because you don't see other people that look like you that are doing it? Is it because maybe you tried something before and it didn't work out? And so we have to I always say homeschooling has been one of the best lessons, and it's been one of the biggest teachers for me because it helps unpack some of the things that I've struggled with as I was growing up. And so I've had to learn to trust myself more in certain areas through homeschooling my boys in particular, right? And so, it's okay to sit with those feelings of uncertainty. It's okay to sit with those feelings of, I'm not sure, because everybody has those feelings, right? Everybody, nobody has figured out. Okay, basically what I'm trying to say. Nobody has it figured out, no matter how it really looks. You have to be willing to trust yourself and trust the reasons and trust the values that you've instilled in yourself and in your children in order to carry you through. All right. So trusting the process can look like we are going to make a plan for this school year. And these are some of the activities and places that I want to go. Right. It seems very simple. But when it comes time to do those things, do you question it? Do you not make time? Do you find yourself second guessing if this is the right thing to do? And again, I'm going to tell you to refer back to the why. Why are you homeschooling? Why are you here? And then why did you make this plan in the first place if you weren't going to trust that it was going to work out? Okay. Now, again, the transparency and the flip side to that is sometimes life is messy. Sometimes we can have all the processes and all the things and everything laid out, and something happens, and we have to be okay with pivoting. We have to be okay with trusting that even though I want to do this, sometimes things happen that makes me have to shift. Okay. And that is another huge part of home education, is showing your children and letting them be a part of that transitioning and understanding and helping them to understand that life is messy, that things are going to happen, that sometimes we have to change perspective. Sometimes we have to shift what we're doing in order to be better. And through those changes and transitions, we then learn a different process of trusting. Now we've unlocked a new level, right? We've unlocked a new level of trust within ourselves and in the greater good that things are going to work out. It may take some time to get there. That is okay. Sometimes, again, we're unlocking levels as we grow. It's not like you reach this pivotal pinnacle of, okay, I fully trust everything. But sometimes it's going to shift and change. We have to trust ourselves in the greater good, yes, but also understand and be okay with things are going to shift in between there. And how do I trust and stay in the foundation of who I am, why we're here, and what we're doing? All right. So enjoy some of these clips from my day, a little behind the scenes, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more content with you all very soon. Peace. Yeah, Ambria, now, why do you choose me to go after Queen Thais after all that? My name is Ambria Lastly. I am a homeschool mom. We will be entering our 8th year this year. I have 4 children, but I'm homeschooling just our 3 boys. So I have 1 girl and 3 boys with a set of twins in there. So I will have a 14-year-old next month and then twin 13-year-olds in August. Yes, I had 3 under 2. They are 18 months apart to the exact date. We are originally from Indianapolis, Indiana, so I'm a Midwest girl. We moved to Georgia just 3.5 years ago. It'll be 4 years this August that we moved. And so I'm just super passionate. I'm an educator at heart. So I am a lactation consultant. I'm an IBCLC by training. I have a master's in health and wellness counseling, but I've worked in education and nonprofit for over a decade. And so I've always been passionate about education in all forms, whether it's about health and wellness, homeschooling. And so I tie all of my experiences that I've been using over the years together. So a lot of what we do in our homeschool as a family is about health, wellness, how to be a good person, and just establishing those really true foundational things that were going to help you be a real functioning adult. We are part of Heritage Homeschoolers support group here in Atlanta as well. And so, yeah, that's just a little bit about me and my little family dynamic.
Homeschool Your Kids app and the organizer of Homeschool Your Kids Expo. All things Homeschool Your Kids, very passionate about it. And Ambria, we are hosting in Atlanta the Homeschool Expo. I think it's like April. But if you are interested in being a speaker, I will be honored to have you. So just throwing that out there too. But that's it.
See, I'm trying to type back to Dr. Danielle. She said she lost sound. She's in the chat. That's why I guess she went away. She said she lost sound, so I was responding to her.
Okay.
So I'm so sorry. I didn't hear the full question.
Okay. Well, we just want to have a conversation, so
Sure.
we don't want it to be a lecture.
Sure,
so
sure.
I just want to start off. So we're talking about discussing how to trust the process. So can you tell us how you trust the process and bring in your experience, because we can read books and
Right.
get that kind of, but we want experience. I want to know, even you have 7 kids, how did you do it? Well, not you 7 kids, but
No, I got 4.
twins.
Yeah.
You got 4, but you got twins.
I
You
do.
got boys.
Yes.
You need to know that. So, okay. So just share a little bit and you sort of jump in. Because I want the conversation to happen organically.
Sure. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Trusting the process. I think that I will first say that I was super scared. I think most people are, because homeschooling isn't necessarily something that is a natural progression if you're a product of public school. And so when that's kind of been pushed, it can be a little bit scary to be like, so I gotta do this all on my own. I gotta account for everything. What if they don't do things right? And so I know a lot of people can relate, but I would say the way I started to trust the process was when my children, just in basic conversation, would say things that I'd never heard them say before, using words that I'd never heard them use before. And so it just made me feel more confident as a mom that, oh man, the car talks that we have, or maybe that podcast we listen to, or even us just cooking. And I love to cook and I love to bake. And so I got my boys in the kitchen very early. Again, another skill that some people shy away from for boys, but I feel like it's a good skill for everybody to have. And so even just us baking and doing simple things like that, them being able to translate us baking and using measurements into real life things and understanding math from a perspective of real life versus from a worksheet. And so it was just all those little things of them being able to piece together things that we just did at home or on the go or out in public, and using it and me understanding that, oh, they're learning academic things, but it's not in a traditional sense of using a worksheet or reading it from a book. And so the more, like I said, we did that, and the more I saw that, oh, it's connecting, it helped me to kind of settle like, okay, it's going to be okay. They're going to be good. So I would say that was a big proponent for us.
Yourself on track so that when life's waves and tides come in and out, that you're still calm and you're still steady. And
Again, thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.